Okay, so hey guys, so today I have a couple of product regrets and cons of certain products. Like not all of these are things that I absolutely hated. They're just things that um I've upgraded to something different or they just ended up not working for me anymore. So I'm going to talk about a few product regrets. I do have two that I don't actually own anymore because I either returned it or exchanged it for something else. I don't know why. Oh, I don't think it's anything. I think it's just my lash. It's like sticking out. Anyway, so I do have one that I don't own anymore because I did return it like actually as soon as I bought it. The only reason I did only use it about 2 or 3 times and then I realized that I just didn't really like it. That I ended up returning the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette because I just didn't think it really performed as well as the Naked 1 or the Naked 3. And I really wanted the money back for it, and the only reason why I did purchase it was to get the 10 times the points on the palette, and I was like, maybe I'll try it out. I'll see how it is, and then I just didn't end up liking it at all. So I ended up returning it. So that's one thing I did return, and the only reason why I ordered it again was for the 10 times the points. Segueing into the Naked palettes, there's two other things I'm going to talk about from Urban Decay. I do like this palette, but this might be the least favorite high-end palette that I own because I never use it. I never really use it, and the last couple times I have used it, I just don't really like the looks too much. I don't know if it's just because I don't like cool tones that much, but when I use like the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette or the Semi-Sweet palette or like my Makeup Geek shadows and I do cool tone looks like that or like even the Kat Von D ones, I like how they look when I use them. I actually really like the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. But this, I just find that the shades just look a little bit dull when I use them. So this is obviously the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette and I just don't find myself really using it anymore because I did use it a couple times when I first got it. I mean, there are some beautiful colors in here, but I never find myself really being like, oh wow, I could do this look with it, or oh wow, I could do this look with it. Like if I use the Chalk Bar palettes, I find myself like always creating a different look. Like I actually did use the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette today and a couple of Makeup Geek shadows, which obviously I use Makeup Geek shadows every day. Like there's not one shade that I don't use. These, I just remembered I wanted to talk about something else, which I'm going to go grab in a second. But I wanted to talk about eyeshadow on the Fence products first. But yeah, I never really end up reaching for this. I mean, there are beautiful shades. Chopper's beautiful. Why You Don't Know, Suspect, Snakebite. I do use a couple of these when I do like a silvery look. Like I use Pistol and Verve a lot when I do those, and those are very pretty shades. I really like doing that. But if I can get like a smoky effect, if I use these shades here and like my Urban Decay Electric palette Revolt shade, then I didn't need the Naked Smoky palette, and then I just feel like I never used this either. So that's definitely like something I just don't use it. So it's not something I really regret, I just don't use it. But like the makeup hoarder in me says that I need all three Naked palettes, but I just didn't need the Naked Smoky palette. And then another one, which might be a little surprising to you guys because I did rave about this and I was like, you know, this is like the best thing to contour with, but then I realized that it's really not. It's more of a bronzer product, but I don't use bronzer. So there are two things in here that I really love, but what sucks is that like before I actually bought this, I used the crap out of the sample, and now I feel like I don't use the palette really, and that is the Naked Urban Decay Flush palette in the color Streak. I'm not saying that this is a bad palette, I'm just talking about I don't use this anymore. Like, it just sits in my collection, and like, I bought this to contour with because I thought that it was so beautiful. The highlight shade is amazing in here, and I feel like I should use the highlight shade a lot more. I do have to, well, actually, you know what, Champagne Pop is still showing up, so I don't really have to re-highlight. I thought I had to, but I don't. But I just don't use it. Like, I just find that this is very orange to bronze, and I don't bronze my skin. I just feel like I'm really bad at it, so, I don't bronze my skin with this. But, I just, like, don't use it. That's the only thing that, like, I kind of regret about it. It's just, like, I don't really use these products, so that kind of sucks. I just don't feel like I need to. Just, I know, like, I should be like, maybe I should use it, but I don't find myself reaching for these things. So they're kind of, like, just stuff that I wish that I would have bought something else with. And then the another eyeshadow regret. This is something that I got as a gift, so it's not really, like, I mean, my best friend got it. I'm sorry if you see this. I love you so much. But it's this MAC Pastelux palette. This is like 3 years old or something. Where the heck is my cell phone at? One of my friends texted me. I don't even know what he said. Anyway, I told him to call me back, and now he's saying, like, it's urgent for me to call him. I don't even know, but whatever. I'm gonna call him in a second. But anyway, this just has way too much glitter and fallout for me that I never really use it. I maybe have used this 5 or 6 times since she got this for me for my birthday, and I think it was, like, the first year we really started hanging out. We got, you know, birthday presents for each other, and she got me this. And this is when both of us had a really huge mutual love for MAC. I still love MAC, and the MAC that I go to, I love. Like, they always, like, treat me really well in there. And even though the girls are, like, really good at makeup, they always say hi to you, and they always ask you if you need help. So, like, they look like snobby girls, but they're actually really nice. So, but I just find myself never using this. It's just something that I just feel like it has way too much glitter in it, and I gravitate towards my Makeup Geek foiled shadows, or, like, my Urban Decay shadows, or, like, my ColourPop shadows, or Too Faced shadows when I want to do a colorful look. I never use this one. Okay, so the next eyeshadows I'm going to talk about, it kind of hurts my heart to talk about them. I do love these, and these are in my favorites, like, almost every month. Like, I have had these for about a month now, I think. And I have 16 of them, and I love them so much. I really, really do. I am wearing one of them in my inner corners today. I find that they are beautiful inner corner highlights, and they are beautiful, like, natural shades in here, and I find that the natural shades last a lot longer on my lid than the regular colorful shadows, and I'm talking about the Makeup Geek foiled shadows. Now, I love these. Don't think I hate these, because I love them, but there is one thing that annoys me about them, and it's the fact that if I wear any of, like, the colorful shades, like this color or this color, like Fantasy, Pegasus, Masquerade, any, like, of the really colorful colors, I find that the pigmentation does not last that long on my lids, and it just, like, kind of transfers to my crease. That's the thing that kind of annoys me about them. Like, I want something to, like, last a really long time on my lid and, like, have that really shocking, like, lid color. And I love these, and I find that these shadows here last a lot longer on my lid than, like, more of, like, the colorful colors, like In the Spotlight, Starry Eyed, Magic Act, Grandstand, like, shadows like that. They're absolutely beautiful on the lid. And Flamethrower is actually really gorgeous as well on the lid, but I just find that the like, more colorful colors, like, don't have that pigmentation. You know what I'm talking about? Like, not, like, that glittery, like, the first part that shadows really fade on is your lid, because obviously you use your lid the most. Like, you're always looking up, looking down, and, like, you have to blend your crease shadows into, like, the lid colors. But I try to apply my lid color, like, after I do my crease shades, so then, like, the lid colors will last longer. But I just find that these kind of fade, and I don't like that. But I do love these so much, and I use these on a daily basis. I am wearing Starry Eyed in my inner corners today. So I do love them, just I don't know why that happens. I think I'm going to pick up MAC Fix Plus to hopefully solve that problem, and, like, maybe wetting them will help more, because I've only applied them dry. I haven't applied them wet yet. But I don't want to use water, because, like, water is just, like, annoying to use. And I don't want to wet my brushes, so, like, I'd rather use MAC Fix Plus. So I'm hopefully going to be able to pick that up soon. One more eyeshadow regret. I do love these shadows. Again, these are something that I don't hate. Like, the Naked 2 might be, like, a straight up regret. But this, I love these shadows. I really do. I think they're really, really pretty. But this is super expensive, and this is the most expensive eyeshadow palette I own. But I kind of regret not picking up the Lolita palette. This is the Marc Jacobs Lovers palette. I do really like these shadows, and I use these often, but I haven't actually used them in like a couple of weeks just because I've been so hooked on the foiled shadows. But I find that with these, I can only really do like one look with them when I do wear them naturally. Like I find I'm only using like these 3 shades here and like this shade and this shade to create like a natural look, but then I feel like I can't really use any other shades in here. Like I don't want to always use pink shadows. Like I do try and use these, but I always find myself using like these shades here, and these are beautiful. I just find that I only create like one look with them. Maybe I should try and be more creative. I don't know, but I do really like these colors. Just like, I just find that I'm only creating one look with them. Maybe I need to be more creative. I don't know. It just kind of sucks when like the user can only like think of certain, I wish I was a little bit more creative. Like I do try to be very creative with my looks. I try to use like 6 shadows a day, but I just find myself not being able to really create more natural looks that I want with that. Maybe I have to play with it more. So then more makeup product regrets, and then I'll get into oh, actually there's one more eyeshadow palette here. I totally forgot about this. I love all of these equally. I really do love eyeshadow palettes, but I just want to say the reasons why that they didn't work for me. But I do, you know, keep them for as a collector standpoint, or also like, obviously I love my Makeup Geek foiled shadows. I'm just going to talk about some cons, you know. But this one I straight up don't use, and I just don't really like it too much. This might be a regret for me, like straight up, and that is the Makeup Forever Artist Palette in the colors you crave. I use the, ooh, there's like some dust on here, that's kind of gross. I use the Nudes You Need palette so much more than I use this one. I probably have only used this like maybe twice. And I found when I tried to use it, it just didn't perform the way that I wanted it to. So I haven't used it since then, and I really don't reach for it. And that is, like, it's really pretty. Like, they are really pretty shades, and they are pigmented, but I found that this green one just didn't perform the way that I wanted to. This purple one didn't perform the way I wanted to. I want to kind of dip into these again, though, and experiment with them more and see how they perform. But again, when I'm, like, going for a makeup look that's like colorful, I go for the Makeup Geek foiled shadows, or my Too Faced shadows, or my Urban Decay shadows, or my ColourPop shadows. I'm not really reaching for this. I just feel like it's kind of just like sits there. I have used a few of the neutral shades a little bit, like maybe a few times, and they're really, really pretty. I just find that I'm not using these shades like at all. But since the summer's over, I might not end up using these at all, but we'll see. Like, but I just find that I don't use them, and I just don't think that they perform as well as my other shadows do. So, but I do like the Nudes You Need palette a lot. Like, I try to not straight up diss a product, but these next few products I don't like, and I'm gonna, you know, touch on them. Well, one of them I don't really like at all. Why is everything falling over? Sorry, it just like drives me crazy that everything has to fall over all the time. So, one thing is this Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Noble. The color is very pretty, and I do like wearing this, but I find that it's very streaky when I apply it. I have to apply like 3 layers of it in order for it to be even, and it is very drying. So I don't find myself reaching for this color too much, but it is pretty. And I do like wearing it certain times for work and stuff, but I don't think that this is the color that I should have purchased. I really wanted Bow and Arrow, but Bow and Arrow has been sold out for like ever. So, but at least I finally got my hands on Lolita, and I love Lolita, but this and Melancholia, which I didn't want to include because I still really like that shade. I just find that that one's a little bit drying, but that one applies a lot better than this one. Just like, I kind of regret going for like more of the paler shades. I wish I would have went for like Bow and Arrow when it comes back, or like something else that's darker, because Lovesick and Lolita are beautiful. So that's why, I mean, I don't hate that. I just like, but these two I really do not like. So the first one is the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. I actually did have another liquid lipstick that I did return, and that is the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Party Pink. I tried it once and it was extremely streaky and uneven that as soon as I tested it out, I was like, this is terrible, that I ended up returning it right away. So that is another makeup regret. But I did return that liquid lipstick and then put that towards the Too Faced Born This Way foundation from Macy's. So I ended up buying that rather than the Party Pink liquid lipstick. But this is a beautiful, gorgeous shade. I know so many people want to get their hands on this, but it is so hard to keep on your lips, like even to apply evenly. Like this is the ColourPop liquid lipstick in Bumble, and I absolutely adore these. I know some people find these way too drying. This has been so comfortable like most of the day. And these dry so quickly that they will apply evenly and then stay on your lips all day. This takes so long to dry, and it does not stay on your lips unless you like hold it open like this, because it will immediately transfer it to your upper lip. Like if I try to close my mouth after applying this like this, it will transfer to my upper lip and it will completely wear off here after like 2 seconds. That is the thing that is extremely annoying about this lipstick. But I love the color, so I try to make it work. But it just ends up being... And the only thing that I do like about this lipstick is the color. First of all, it's beautiful. And two, I find that it's like one of the only lipsticks that really covers up the wrinkles in my lipstick. Like these ones, I find that they emphasize them. That's the thing I don't like about the Ultra Matte lips, but I love everything else about them, that I don't really mind that because I still have young lips, so like it's not a big deal for me. But this, I find it covers like mostly all of it, like goes on very smooth and moussey. That's what I like about it. But I just can't keep it it doesn't really completely dry throughout the day. So it comes off, or like you have to reapply it after you eat something. So, but it's such a pretty color, so it kind of sucks. And then it ends up drying out your lips and then creates like that white ring here. So that's the annoying thing about it. Then another one, which I was super surprised about, because the full-size version is so good, that I received this as a free gift with purchase from getting the Too Faced Stardust palette. They were like featuring at Ulta. They always give free gifts at Ulta, which is awesome. Like Sephora never does. That's the thing that's annoying about Sephora, but Sephora carries so many more brands that you want to buy. But if I ever buy anything that's high-end that, you know, that Ulta carries, I buy it at Ulta, like Too Faced and Urban Decay, etc. So I bought the Vegas Nay palette, and they were giving away like free gifts with purchase with any Too Faced purchases. So one of them was the Too Faced Color Drenched liquid lipstick, Color Drenched lipstick in Naked Dolly. Now, they were doing a promotion a couple days later of the Too Faced Color Drenched lipsticks for $11 because they were having their 21 Days of Beauty, so you could get them for $11 that one day. So I was actually hesitant to go and get them because a few days before I got this with the Vegas Nay palette, and this sucks. I don't know why this applies so terribly. Maybe it's just because it's a sample size, but this is really bad. Like, this sample does not apply well at all. So, when I was actually very hesitant to go buy the full versions of these because I was like, is this color going to be the exact same? Because I wanted to obviously get Naked Dolly in a full size, but I was like, I'll try out the sample, see how I like it, because I have the Naughty Nude one, which I love, which was the first original shade that I owned and the only shade that I owned because I don't want to go out and spend $20 on a lipstick all the time. That I was like, I'm not sure if I want to pick up this color because I don't know how it's going to be, but I was like, you know, it's only $11. I'll go pick it up and try it out. And the full-size version is great, so I don't understand why the sample-size version is so bad. So I'm never using this again. But I will keep it, but it really just is not good at all. I don't know why this is so bad. Another thing that I absolutely love. I love this product. The only thing I hate about it is the packaging, and that is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in the color N10. I understand the packaging of this because you want an evenly dispersed amount of product when you use this. So that's what I use it for. But when I actually, when I open and close this, the product leaks out so bad out of this dispenser that it is so annoying to, wipe it up because it's so much pigment that, more pigment comes out of this and ends up making you use this product up a lot faster than, the actual amount of product that you use from here. Maybe they did it on purpose so you'll go buy a new one, because I've already went and bought a new one of these. And what sucks about this is that it's basically buying a new foundation every time you go buy it, because this shit is pricey. It's $44. But I can't do my makeup without it, so that's why I go and get it, because I just purchased a new one a few days ago. But the annoying thing is that, so yeah, the annoying thing about this is the packaging. So it just makes you end up using more of the product. So then the next product I'm going to talk about is this Becca Mineral Blush in the color Hyacinth. I haven't even touched this, but I regret buying this. I did buy it off of Ulta.com. I just find that I'm never going to reach for this shade because I find that this is so pigmented, and I just don't feel like I would really find anything that would work with this shade. Then I'm just going to go and return it. I feel bad because the color is very pretty and I absolutely love these blushes, but I just feel like the new fall blushes that I have launched are just very pigmented and just kind of weird colors that I'm just not going to really use it. So I really wish I would have picked up Gypsy rather than this, because I did basically get this one for free, but I am going to be getting the money back for it. But I did use my points on this. I used $30 worth of points when I did order this and Nightingale and the Becca Shimmy Skin Perfector, the liquid version. But I only have used Nightingale. I haven't used this one, and I feel like I'm never really going to reach for it. So definitely going to return that. Then the next product is something that I received in the Ipsy Glam Bag. This is the only dry shampoo I had owned until a couple weeks ago when I finally decided to pick up a Batiste dry shampoo. But this was not expensive, so it's not that bad, and I have used a little bit of it. But I find that this does not do anything, and that is the Oscar Blondie Volumizing Dry Shampoo Spray. It doesn't do anything for my hair. When I use it, it maybe makes it look a little shiny, but I feel like it does not do anything. So this is definitely a regret. I just find when I use the Batiste one, it makes the itch go away, and it makes my hair look really nice. This doesn't really do much at all. It's basically just acts as a hairspray, so definitely don't like that. Then the next thing is something that I love, but I regret just purchasing 2 of these already, and that is the Blender Cleanser Solid by Beauty Blender. This gets the job done. It's an amazing soap. I love it. But this is my second one of this, and what sucks about purchasing this is that it's so expensive, because now they came out with a liquid version of the Blender Cleanser, and this is the Liquid Blender Cleanser, and I just got this, and this is only $2 more than the Solid Beauty Blender Cleanser. I find that, buying just 2 of these is the cost of 1 Beauty Blender, that, I feel like they made this, and they made it so small just for you to keep on giving your business to Beauty Blender, because I love the Beauty Blender so much, but you have to clean it every single day. That's the downside of it. And that will cause you to go through the soap very fast. And this is $16, so I don't want to go out and spend $16 every single time. I want to go and get something to clean it. So I'm going to just be strictly purchasing this now, and this works just as good. And it's only $2 more. It's only $18 as opposed to always spending $16 on the soap, and I'm going to run out of that a lot faster. So I'm very glad they released a liquid version. I was so excited when I saw this in Sephora. Then the next thing is not really that surprising, and I feel like this is the never-ending toner. But you guys know I did recently switch over all of my skincare to Lush. But I still have this MAC Lightful Marine Bright Formula Softening Lotion. This is the one thing that when I go to MAC, this is the one thing they rave about there. And it's like, I don't really like it that much. I find that the soap and the moisturizer from the Layful collection are a lot better than the actual toner. I find that this does absolutely nothing for me. I don't know if it's just because I used a cotton ball for it, but even when I used it with a cotton wipe, I don't like it. The EO Aroma Water is so revolutionary that I end up not using this at all. So another regret that I actually don't own anymore, I ended up returning it with my mom, was a gift that she got for me for, I think it was Christmas of last year, and me and my mom decided to go to Bloomingdale's to exchange it for something else, because my mom originally got me the Marc Jacobs EO So Fresh perfume from Marc Jacobs, obviously, and she was like, this is the one that all the ladies at Bloomingdale's recommended for me, and I was wearing it for like 4 months, and then there was like one day where me and my mom were going to go to Bloomingdale's or something, or we were going to do something together, and I came into her room, and I was wearing the perfume, and she's like, what are you wearing? And I was like, I'm wearing the perfume you got me for Christmas. And I was like, I've been wearing it like every day. And I was like, you know, I've been wearing it a lot. And she's like, I don't like it on you. It smells really musty. And I was like, okay. So she's like, I hate it. It's terrible. And I was like, well, this is the perfume you got for me. So we ended up going back. I think I ended up telling this story in like a Sephora haul or something like a couple of months ago. But it ended up being a regret because I exchanged it because I've always been wanting the Marc Jacobs Honey perfume. I've talked about that in my favorites video. I absolutely love it. But I'm like brain farting. I'm like staring at something. I'm like really distracted. Oh my god, I'm like totally zoning out. But we ended up returning it because it was just like, it didn't smell good, and yeah, I just got the honey and I absolutely love that one. So then the last thing is just a mask from Lush. Is the Love Lettuce Fresh Face Mask. I do like this, but I find that it's like way too exfoliating for me, and it kind of broke me out the last time I used it like a couple of days ago. I mean, the breakouts went out really fast because I used, of course, the EO Aroma Water toner, but this I find is just like a little rough on my skin because my skin is very sensitive, and it's just like, I find it's not really doing anything. I found that the Odafix mask did more. I am going to try and use this a couple more times, but after it expires, then I'm not going to use it again because I'm just going to keep the pot to go get a free face mask. So yeah, that's it. So please like and subscribe. Oh, there's actually one more thing. Another thing is the e.l.f. Makeup Remover Cleansing Cloths. I know I said I did originally love these. These do the job, but I only have like a couple more left of these. I probably should use these up just to put it in the products I've used up video. But after I've gotten the Neutrogena makeup wipes, I have not touched these because I find that those are a lot softer and more moist than these. I mean, they're only $2 more than the e.l.f. ones. These are $3 and the Neutrogena ones are $5. But I find that when I did use these, they, you know, were a little bit irritating. And like if I use them too often, I find that my skin like irritates a little bit. So I don't use them anymore. And I have like 2 more of these sitting in my cabinet. And I've just been ending up purchasing the Neutrogena ones again. I've already gone through 2 of the packs of the Neutrogena ones, so I kind of regret getting these and not really using them anymore. So that's it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, CW819. My Twitter's PokerFace819, and thanks guys. Bye!